Playing the Mally Sanders.
Playing the Uats. They can see far.
All right.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Bop, bop.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mid-America Gaming Series CAGBash Game 4, the very first game of Day 2. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We certainly appreciate it.
For some of you not in the parts of the world that use this demonic hellspawn known as daylight saving time and really just needs to return to those burning hell pits that it emerged from and has no reason to exist anymore. In fact, it's even a health risk. So it really has no reason to exist anymore.
Ooh, now tell me what teens are up to these days.
This might seem out in the future. Oh, what teens are up to today are attempting to do things as they see the world and become more familiar with it and realize how much of a shit show it is and have a desire to fix it while old people yell at them for doing that.
Someone woke up on the wrong side of the 41st millennium. So you guys may notice that our players are already well into deployment, moving up some... those are actually just scout snipers, I believe. We have Salamanders versus Tau this morning, and as they finish up deployment, we're going to tell you about their lists.
I believe we've dubbed it Sally Tau.
Our Tau player, Justin, is going to open up with... like that. He's going to open up with a battalion detachment. He is playing a battalion of Farsight Enclaves. He is taking a veteran cadre. Cadre? A veteran cadre. Taking Commander Farsight, Classic, and a Commander in XV-85 Enforcer Battlesuit with an advanced targeting system and 3 cyclic ion blasters. We are going to see some hurt from that. In the troop slot, we have 3 breacher teams, all with false blasters. Just pretty min breacher teams. In the elites, we have XV-8 Crisis Bodyguards with cross-link stabilizer jets. This is the veteran cadre, or cadre. Really need to just be consistent on that one, don't I? There's a Crisis Bodyguard with 2 fusion blasters, a plasma rifle, and a Crisis Iridium battle suits. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 that just have 2 fusion blasters and a plasma rifle. And a 6th that is a fusion blaster, plasma rifle with also the Iridium battle suits. So a lot of fusion blaster, a lot of battles, a lot of plasma rifles. Going to be seeing a lot of hurt from that this game. Big ol' scary unit coming down the field. And they are, in the Modern Tau Classic, taking 6 MV4 shield drones. The fast attack, another 6 shield drones, get more protection, presumably for that big old suit list and Farsight. And then he's taking a Outrider detachment of Borkan. Interesting choice. Taking a Commander, an XV-86 Cold Star with 4 fusion blasters, going to run up and pop a vehicle. Almost for sure. Taking an Ethereal with Honor Blade and Hover Drone, probably to fill out that HQ slot. They are a very cheap HQ choice. Taking a Riptide battle suit with smart missiles, advanced targeting systems, the heavy burst cannon, and target lock. And then in fast attack for the Outrider, we have a Pathfinder team, 5 Marker Lights. Pretty classic, very good use of 40 points for this list. Even that little bit of support, especially considering the number of heavy hitters, could be a real game changer in this. He gets even 1 Marker Light off, especially with that stratagem to add D3. 4 Pathfinders can easily pull off the 5 when you really need it to in a pinch. And then 20 shield drones, going to be filling out those 2 fast attack slots. And in addition, there's going to be an XV-109 Ivara battlesuit. So he's bringing the Forge World Ivara, throwing down some flamers. That is, in the words of my favorite greenskin, an awful lot of DACA.
Awful lot of DACA.
DACA. Yeah. So we're going to see what these blue-faced aliens can do in the face of overwhelming fire. Notice I didn't say firepower. I'm going to take it over to you, Tom, with the Salamanders.
This is where we're going to see lots of fire, I hope, in some form or another. So over here we have a battalion detachment. This is Salamanders. It's nothing special out of the Vigils, which is good since I never bought that book, so I always hate seeing them because I don't know what's happening. We're leading this. We have in the HQ slots 2 Chaplain Venerable Dreadnoughts, both with Litanies of Hate, both with Twin Lascans, both with a melee weapon, both with a Dreadnought close combat weapon, both with a Stormbolter. Basically the same. They're twinsies. We then in the troops have a unit of 5 Intercessors. where 4 of them have auto bolt rifles and there's an auxiliary grenade launcher hiding in there, and the sergeant's carrying a thunderhammer. We then have a scout squad where they're all in camo cloaks. The sergeant has a bolt gun and a sniper rifle in case he needs to go dual-wielding rifles for some reason. And 3 of them have sniper rifles, but there's a guy in there with a missile launcher. They asked him what his favorite sniper rifle was, and he simply answered with a giant rocket.
Yup. Not a bad answer.
Following that, we then have another squad of scouts where this one, no camo cloaks. Sergeant is carrying a bolt gun and a power sword, and the other scouts are carrying combat knives.
Stabby,
They're probably
stabby.
upset that their little stabbies are not glowing in all this lightning. In the elite slot, we have a squad of 3 Centurion assaults, all pack and flamers. I guess assault Centurions. Whichever way you want to look at that. Then there's 2 Invictor tactical war suits with frag storm grenade launchers, heavy bolter, incendium cannon, and iron hail heavy stubbers. In the heavy support, we have 2 Thunderfire cannons with their attendant tech marines. In the dedicated transport, we have an impulsor with 2 storm bolters and shield dome.
Nice.
We then have some Inquisition.
Oh, really? We're seeing some Inquisitors
In the
today.
form of an Inquisitor Lord, Hector Rex.
Hector Rex.
He is bringing to the table the psychic powers of Terrify, Dominate, and Mental Interrogation. He is with the Ordo Malleus and has Psychic Mastery. And he's using a stratagem that is cut off on the page, and I cannot read what it is.
That's very... It's, the Inquisition redacted it.
It is very
It's
Inquisition-y.
redacted.
It is very Inquisition-y. If I remember old 3rd edition rules, it's probably because he went and used the old psychic power he used to have that he no longer has of just literally making a Holocaust.
Oh,
He had a literal
you get smoke from
Holocaust.
player. Inquisitorial mandate.
I'll let you look at that one.
Fair enough.
I have a feeling he gets to hijack a transport.
All right, I have...
Well, hang on. Let me get the other battalion detachment, then we can look at that. Because we have another battalion detachment of also Salamanders. Don't interrupt me when I'm doing this.
Well, don't forget your loop then.
No, I will do whatever I want with my loop. In fact, I will spite you and not have the loop. Everybody's probably wondering what loop is. I will not explain it. We have a captain with a jump pack, a storm shield, a thunderhammer. It's one of them classics. We have a Primaris Librarian with a force sword. We then have troop squads of a 5-man intercessor squad with auto bolt rifles, an auxiliary grenade launcher in there, and the sergeant's carrying a thunderhammer. And then we have a scout squad with 5 scouts. They're carrying camo cloaks. The sergeant's got a bolt gun and sniper rifle. There's a guy with a missile launcher and 3 sniper rifles. It's almost looking like the other battalion. It's like it's a copy-paste job, except for it's legal. And then there's another scout squad where they're all bolt guns. And the sergeant has a power sword, but the other guys have non-glowy knives.
Nice.
Nice. What you got on that strategy?
That's a pretty steamy list. So the stratagem used on the Inquisitor was the Inquisitorial Mandates. Use this stratagem before the battle. Select one Inquisitor model from your army that is not your warlord and determine one warlord trait for it. It is regarded as your warlord for the purposes of that warlord trait. It is not a named character or vehicle. You can give one relic of the Inquisition to that model. It also has something here. It's redacted, and then under that, it's redacted, 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 redacted. Oh, and then it says they have to be unique relics. You can't double up on relics. Yeah. So taking Hector X does not get the relic. Does get whatever warlord trait. Yeah. Positively bursting with relics. If you went trick-or-treating in the warp, Hector X would be what you got. The warlord trait was Psychic Mastery. 1 additional psychic power from Telethesia and can attempt another manifestation and another deny. So a very powerful psyker. Hector X jumping around, stabbing people, and blowing them up with their mind powers. I don't think we're going to see a lot of psychic denial from the blueberries, Tom.
No, however, it's going to be very critical that he has the extra deny attempt against the Tau.
Oh yeah, absolutely critical. However, the Tau have my favorite version of denying a psyker, which is blowing their brains out with a fusion blaster. That's a denial that you can't re-roll. All right, this is deployment, folks. We're seeing a pretty reserved deployment from the Tau in the back, trying to hide from those Invictor tactical war suits and those scouts. Space Marines have just run up and just said, the midfield is mine. I don't care about deployment. Rolling for litanies. No litanies this turn.
The chaplain is chanting, and all the salamanders look back at him and just yell, "What?"
Blueberries, blueberries. Believe it was an advance. Trying to claim that objective. Yep, we are moving to the top of turn 1.
I like to feel like the chaplain forgot to turn on his radio. So the guys that are directly nearby him just hear all this muffled screaming of anger. They're just like, what is he saying?
No,
is he doing chaos?
That's just him normal. Did I hear joining chaos? Sir Hector, come get my co-host. Oh.
Hey, you never took my key.
Invictor Tactical Warsuit doing what Invictor Tactical Warsuits tend to do.
Are they invicting tactically as a warsuit?
Nope, they're rolling with their roll cage. That's their movement characteristic, is they roll over. It's their roll cagey dreadnought thing.
So are they perchance a particular mill tank that's always going to use rollout the entire time and never stop?
Wow.
And be annoying as hell?
Wow. All right, tell you what, Tom. Let's as we go into the movement phase here. What are your predictions? Do you think the Salamanders are going to get it hot enough to have some blueberry pie?
Well, they do only have one unit of actual Promethean burningness.
It's true.
So that could potentially be a hindrance because they might be trying to figure out how to light more things on fire. There's also not a lot of burnable environment around here. So they're going to have to rely solely on the Prometheum that they splatter all over the place.
Hey, if Salamanders are fighting Necrons and they have a unit of Death Marks and they just open up flamers on them and some of it gets back into their oubliette, does that make it a Hot Pocket dimension?
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, it seems like it would. Sally's moving forward. Looks like we got a bunch of Tau and Deep Strike. They're just going to try and survive the flames from the Invictor Tactical Warsuits, which, granted, since it's a big old scary Riptide, I think they got a pretty decent chance. And I would not want to be the one facing down that Avara. If Salamanders don't like one thing, it's people with bigger, hotter flamers than them. Gives them an inferiority complex. It's going to be great, folks.
They're going to see it, and they're going to be like, I wants that.
Yep.
You're telling me I'm going to have a plasma cannon that's actually a flamethrower? I wants that.
They're going to loot it, and then they're going to live up to their green armor's promise of fate. Just as each intended. Salamanders are orcs, people. Hot take. Get it? Hot take. Is there salamanders?
Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure Vulcan has been very heavily exposed to the green Wa energy, so...
The good Wa energy.
There's definitely some precedent there.
Oh, yeah. I think those Thunderfire cannons are actually out of range. Should be a pretty gentle turn 1 for the Tau. I think they're going to come out of this one okay.
Are they out of range? I thought they were a 60-inch range.
Oh, I thought 48. No, that's my bad, folks. They're actually in range.
Why did you think they were only 48? They're an artillery piece.
Because I've never once not been within 48 inches of my target with Thunderfire.
Well, I guess we'll have to change that then,
Never
Jack.
had to look it up. Just bring it.
We're going to have to change that.
What is that? I need to kill your Stroll Rimp? We decided we'd have a game.
I'm not sure if the Thunderfire is going to be very good about that.
Might be. You never know. Oh. Tossing out the flame. Scooter scooting up. Man, I mean, see, this is what you get with your Invictors and with your Scouts. The board control that's already been established by the Salamanders is just impressive. I mean, this is we're at the bottom. We're still in the top of turn 1. They have 75% of the board.
Mm-hmm. They're already up in their grill.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to barbecue on that grill.
Looking to hit. Looking for the Salamander reroll. So we are in the Dev Doctrine for this first turn. That's going to be 6 wounds at AP -2 from those. I believe it was a Thunderfire cannon. Looking for 6s. Finding 2.
Not a fun day to be a breacher out on a street.
Nope. A street breacher. A breach a street. Streety breach. I hope they brought their tight breaches. Suddenly a bunch of mortar artillery came down on me, I would not be a happy camper. It'd make me wonder why I was camping on a battlefield in the first place.
Well, luckily, it would make you not really care since you would no longer be alive.
Unless I was one of those 2 guys who made their 6s, man. You never know. I could be lucky.
You mean the one guy that made 2 6s?
One guy that made 2 6s, yeah. And now we got that Invictor Tactical War Suit. Think he's going to open it up. Oh, he appears to be shooting his nipple guns at that remaining guy. You got to watch out for those nipple subbers, folks. They'll surprise you.
I don't know. They're kind of more in the gut region.
They're nipply. But no, well, in all relative seriousness, Tom, game predictions. What are you thinking?
Well, I think one of the key things to see here is going to be whether or not the Salamanders are going to be able to maintain dictating where the giant blob of crisis suits will show up. Jack, you're searching for something, but I don't know what you're searching for.
Hey, remember that screw?
Did you lose the screw?
I did.
You lost the screw that Eddie plans on replacing?
Apparently
All you're
I
doing
did.
is further encouraging him to replace it.
It's very true. All right, 3 AP zeros. 1 second. That's a heavy snub, right? Oh, okay. So that was the Frag Storm going into him. That's why we're not seeing the Dev Doctrine AP -1 additional. For 4s, no luck.
That's a
and
dead
that,
breacher.
It's a dead breacher, and that's actually going to be a turn 1 unit kill, which I wasn't sure was going to be able to pull off. That's actually a pretty good move. You do want to make sure you get that kill. Open it up with the Sidewinder
The heavy
Red
bolt
Ranger
pistol.
Heavy Bolter. One AP -2 shot. Remember, we are in the Dev Doctrine. For those of you not familiar with the latest FAQ, choosing Doctrine is no longer a thing. You have to advance each turn. So we
No,
go
you do
from-
have a choice on turn 2 and 3.
No, it's just advances, man.
No, because... Yeah, you can remain tactical.
Oh, you can remain tactical for 2 turns. My bad, folks.
Reread the FAQ, Jack. You have to know it.
I will. Well, I only use Dev Doctrine.
That's why you have to know it.
I refuse. I don't know, but somebody just commented in the comment section, nipple guns. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We're talking about nipple guns, Eddie. Go with the program.
The Invictor Tactical Warsuits have nipple guns, Eddie.
They have nipple guns,
We're
Eddie.
now having to inform Eddie because he decided to abandon the chat and has only just now reappeared.
Yeah, and we're punishing him by saying nipple guns.
Nipply, 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 nipple, nipple, nipple,
Slippery nipple. Are our viewers
Being
going up
directly
from this?
straight to
Thanks,
his
guys. 2 AP at -2, 4 up invuln. 5 up feeling the pain. That's a drone. That's one drone boy gone. Remember, it is Tau, so if you really want to kill things, you do have to take out those drones early and fast. And this gentleman right here is bringing quite a number of them. I believe I saw 32 in that list. 32 shield drones is difficult to chew on.
So there's actually another way that you could deal with drones. You could exterminate the general vicinity of, as in the planet they are standing upon.
I mean, listen, you want to solve every single problem the Imperium has with Exterminatus.
There
It
is
just
an
doesn't work.
Inquisitor here. That is how every problem is going to be solved.
No, Hector Rex isn't that Exterminatus happy.
He had a psychic power called Holocaust.
You're thinking of Critman. Yeah, it was his psychic power. Hitting on 4s because heavy and moved. Salamander rerolls, getting 1 AP -2. Riptide taking it on 3 up.
Tried to get in some
The
early
nipple
damage in there.
guns. Looking for, I believe, 5s.
All right, shield drone alive on the first shot. And the shield drone dies on the second shot.
No. Drone has died.
6 shots from the fragmentationness.
Frag store.
All the fragmentation.
Looking for 3, is looking for 5. No damage there from the frag store. Gonna be honest, I do not rate those Invictor Tactical War Suits' chances next turn. Those are gonna need to get taken out by the Tau if they have a chance. However, I see a Cold Star with 4 Fusion Blasters that is itching to teach those Pyromaniacs a lesson in why you shouldn't mess with the Blueberry Bush. Oh yeah, there's a Navara. Yeah.
See, Eddie's having to confirm there's a Yavara back there, which he would have known if he didn't have to go and be the TO of the event and go sort out issues.
Head judge.
Oh, he's clarifying. He's just the head judge, which is basically the TO with less paperwork.
He's making sure everyone has the correct head, touching their hair. He's judging them. He's the head judge. Tossing a crack missile.
But first, you're going to try and snakey snipe.
Salamander reroll.
He's got 3 sneeps. He has no headshots.
Using the Salamander reroll.
He has no headshots.
I'm going to save the Sally rerolls for the crack missile there. Oh, it's true.
All right. 2 of them don't go to the drones.
2
The
don't
drones
go
are
to
like, nah,
drones.
screw that.
Crack missile. That's a hits, and that's a wounds.
Crack missile proving it didn't need that salamander reroll you were trying to wait for.
Well, I'm
See,
just
he
saying.
had confidence in his missile launcher.
Yeah. As someone who's fielded a lot of Scout Squads with a single missile launcher, I do not. And that's another drone. What do we got, Eddie? Top of screen player appears to have a nice cut. I'd put him in running for top. What do you think, head judge? What is your opinion?
What just happened?
They're, our players.
He probably has the most stylish haircut of everybody.
Yeah. Our Tau player got complimented on his fine do. We need our head judge to judge his head. See if that's the best one here. Sally reroll a 1 into a 1.
Now the sniping. Fishing for them headshots.
Sniper shots. 2 AP minus 1s.
These shield drones
That's
are
for the
definitely
drone.
proving they can only absorb 1 bullet at a time. If there's a second one, they're doomed.
Yep. This is the first time I've seen the drone passing not be more successful. I mean, he's only passed like a third of them, and that's on a 2-up. That being said, I mean,
I'm
He's
not
still
used to
holding
it
up just
because I'm
fine.
one of those weird Tau guys that actually ran a list for like 3 months that didn't have a single shield drone in it.
how'd that do for you in 8th?
Quite well.
Nice.
My only drone presence was 3 sniper drones, 2 interceptor drones, 2 recon drones, and I believe there were 2 marker drones.
Sounds all right.
My Tau list has 0 shield drones in it.
0 shield drones. It can be done, folks.
But I've got nothing but hammerheads.
Yeah, nothing but hammerheads. So it sort of works out. Shooting some lasers, I believe. Saving the ripside, taking the 5-up invuln, and saves it. So it's
He
just
puts
one
the
drone
shield
down.
out in front of the laser. He says, no,
Laser!
that looks painful.
Laser, laser. Daylight come and I want to go home. All right, and that's going to be the end of the top of turn 1. We're going to the bottom of turn 1.
I like how with the song choice, you basically just implied that all of these Tau are actually banana farmers.
Are they not? What do Tau
They
eat?
might be.
I keep trying to feed the one in my basement blueberries, but he says it's cannibalism.
I don't think you actually have a Tau. I think you have a demonette that is simply impersonating a Tau because she realizes you like it and she gets off on that.
We don't need to talk about the demonettes I may or may not have.
A guy just totally walked in and
Seriously?
Yep, I see
Folks,
him.
I
There's
seem to
somebody
have
here with
accidentally
bongo
summoned
drums.
bongos. The power of the warp is strong with me. I seem to... Hector X and his psychic mastery has rubbed off on me. I can now summon bongos at will.
Unfortunately, the bongos appear to be ignoring you and want nothing to do with
No,
you.
I just want to summon them. Will I use this superpower responsibly? No. No, I will not.
I guess it is a dangerous implication that things like D&D have put in people's minds, where just because you summon something shouldn't necessarily mean it's going to listen to you.
That's probably correct. Every time I break into my favorite banker's house at 3 a.m., he's always very upset. All right, seeing some movement from those big suits. They're going to teach those Invictors what tactics actually look like.
By that meaning, they will go up next to them and fire guns.
Correct. Tactics. Oh, is that Avara not double flamer equipped?
The Yavara has
Ooh.
a single loadout, and that's
Oh.
what his loadout is, because he is an experimental suit.
Oh, much like those suppressors with their suppressor autocannons and grab shoots, the choices they made for their loadout.
Yes, except for I think the Yavara's is much more terrifying than just 3 autocannons.
No, I think the Avara just went in front of the
The
Riptide.
Yavara went over the Riptide. The Riptide considered going somewhere, and they're like, nah, it'll just jump back.
So presumably the Avara used its jump pack, jumped on the Riptide's back, which then burst its jump pack to send it into the air so we could do a cool backflip, land, and then kill 2 Invictor tactical war suits. That's what we're hoping for. It's going to be super awesome. You know what? I'm just going to narrate this game as it is in my imagination for a little while.
Why not?
We're going to get here closer.
That's perfectly fine. Go for it.
Here, watch my cord, Tom.
I'll watch your cord. But if he's wrapped around everything, I don't know
The
if
Mega
it'll matter
Blueberries
so
and
long
their
as cable.
apostrophe language are using a bunch of swear words in relation to the Invictor tactical war suits now. We're all like, ooh. Overcharge. Oh, we got some Nova Chargers from the big suits. They're charging their lasers. My imagination, the Avara has put basically an extruder die in the front of its plasma, so it's actually a human frowning face that gets seared into its opponents.
I
Take
can see
that.
It's a frowny face emoji.
Yeah. Eh. It's a frowning face emoji. Moving those Pathfinders, they're going to find the path straight to both of these Salamander hearts and fill that path with plasma. Sir Hector X is screaming heresy at the top of his lungs at approximately 400 decibels, using his psychic powers to make it even louder. Not seeing movement from the Cold Star just yet, which was a bit of a surprise. Oh, we're seeing advancing breacher teams, advancing for 3. They're jumping through those windows. They're vaulting them. They're being all cool. They're being all tactical. They read the Fire Warrior manual that says do cool shit and parkour all the time. It's the only thing it says. No, those are breachers. And yes, they are. They are gonna microplasma shotgun them in their scout faces and teach them why a boot at scoot, a tube a scooter.
I don't know what you said, but all I know is I agree with you.
Sometimes it's bad to be a scooter, man. It's hard to debate that. Ooh, no, they're doing that thing in military training that you always assume you're never going to use, where 2 guys have to vault one guy up to the top of a tall wall, and then he has to reach back and help him out. And it's not very practical, but it's a very bro moment, so they do it in all of the COD games. That's what's happening right now. So that's 2 marker lights.
There are 2 laser pointers down now.
On one of the Invictor Tactical War Suits, that's going to be reroll 1s and ignore cover, I think are the first 2 layers.
Yes, I believe so.
A lot of laser pointers showed up on the Invictor Tactical War Suit's head. Max shots on the Avara.
Using that good old bore can nonsense.
Can we bore it? Yes, we can. Or can. Hey, you guys know that AC/DC song, Big Guns? That's what I'm hearing right now. It's awesome.
Is it because Inquisitor Hector Rex is beaming it into your brain?
Could be. Looking for 3s against the Invictors, fishing for 6s for extra morals, finding 1.
So first D3 mortal wounds for a single 1.
Single mortal. And then 4 wounds at -4, which I believe that's just going to pen, if I recall correctly.
That's not a mechanic anymore. They did away with the damage table and armor facings.
If you don't get an armor save, it's penetrated your armor. I don't know what you want from me.
That's old rules.
Fight me. Yeah. No save. That's 12. That's an Invictor down. Does it
Go
pop?
kablooey?
It does not.
It does not kablooey.
Man. Brutality. Yes, that is our unit kill, as that is correctly pointed out.
All right, it's fired the flamer. It has hit.
And it's getting max shots, so it's just rolling wounds. I would not want to be that Invictor right now. It's getting toasty.
He just sees all the fire and like, glorious, as he burns. Just shouting, glorious.
That pyromaniac is having a rough time with his feeling as if the Emperor is punishing him for his own flamey hubris.
Yep.
Come on down to Guy Fieri's new restaurant, Baked Salamander.
I feel like this is a moment where that Primaris Salamander is sitting there having the quick flashback to when he talked to the mini Marines and realized when they were lamenting about how they used to have special saves against flamers and other forms of fire.
No explosion. Yep. And that is the Invictor Tactical War Suits down. That's 2 unit kills, and that is a brutal opener for our Tau player. He has just popped a hole in his center line big enough for, I would say, some Crisis Suits to drop down and start throwing some Fusion Blasters.
Well, those Invictors can still move up and close that gap. So we'll have to see.
Or you mean the floaty boys?
The Primaris unit that starts with the letter I and ends with OR, which is all of them.
It's Repulsor. That's an R. Starts with R. You know what? In my imagination, the Sallies called them Floaty Crushy Boys. Riptide trying to
Look, all
murder
I'm
some
saying,
scoots.
this is probably a hot take,
Smart
but I feel like
missiles into
GW
snaps.
has run out of ideas on how to name Primaris things, with them always just being essentially the same words repeated.
Yep. All right, trying to get that engineer unit with a heavy burst cannon. Should be pretty brutal from a heavy burst cannon from a Riptide going into 5 scooters. However, if one survives, that could easily be max points. Smart missiles. Oh, opening with Kaoyan.
You know what's funny? I've been playing Tau for 8th edition. I don't think I've ever called Kaoyan or Montka.
Really?
Well,
But you love your suits.
I know, but I play Viorla, so Montka is
yeah.
completely useless.
And Kaoyan you're not likely to use.
And I'm mobile suit Tau, so I can never use Kaoyan.
Yeah. Yeah. They are good, though, if you can pull them off. These are some angry blueberries, folks.
The commander is now plugging up his own Wi-Fi network to the Riptide to help him target, so he can also utilize his own suit's RAM.
It's going to be one or the other. It's not just going to be.
Looking up a stratagem here, folks, which means it's time for Jack's Fun Time Happy Hour. Fun fact of the day. If you're eating a blueberry pie and you cut into it and suddenly starts screaming at you in an unintelligible alien language, that's actually a Xenos that you've just cut into, and the Emperor urges you to continue. That was Jack's Fun Fact Happy Hour for the day. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, so the commander was going to try and plug his Wi-Fi up into the Riptide, but it came back with a incorrect time error.
Oh, those packets were not sent. However, the heavy metal slugs were. We're going to see if those scouts can duck.
Well, really, I think all that's happening is it's demonstrating that one of those suits did not update his internal clock to the time change.
Oof.
So now their
You
computers are
just
just
hate,
arguing with
you
each other.
just hate time changes.
Daylight
So
savings time needs to die!
only one gets through. One of the sneaper beepers is dead. He has gone to Salamander Heaven, which is everyone else's hell.
For a brief moment, he has a single tear come down, knowing that now he will never be a full Marine. The Salamander has lost his composure.
Just murdered the Salamander player with that joke. Pretty proud of that one, actually. All right. Fucking throw the heavy burst cannon at the engineer scouts. They just want to design things. They're just looking for a drafting table out in this wastelands. They got their masters and now they want to use it, but no. They got to get shot at by a blueberry in a giant mecha suit with a freaking jetpack.
Jack, I'm going to need you to calm down because I think you're projecting yourself on these scouts.
Impossible. I actually wanted to make very gentle fried pastry. I wanted to be a beignet engineer.
Okay.
For structural integrity. Offering our purity seals for people who shout. Looking for sixes. And I
Well-
believe that's an engineer squad and yet another unit kill.
That is definitely not a good day to be a scout.
Clearing out the front. However, we got some smashy characters. We got some Sir Hectors running around. And I think we all know that what a Smash Captain can do to a Riptide here, folks. If you guys have ever seen Gallagher smash into a blueberry pie with all the comedic ferocity he can muster, then you know what I'm predicting is about to happen with this Smash Captain and this Riptide.
Yep, they're tallying up the scores, but real quick, I do want to go on when you said about the Smash Captain attacking the Riptide. Eddie, tech guy over here, would you predict that a Smash Captain can do to a Riptide what a single Orc Knob can do with a Power Claw to a Riptide?
No.
I say that.
Knob's gonna do a better job.
I say this
Knob
as
job.
I say this as Eddie had a single Orc Knob take on a Riptide, and I think like half of the rest of the Tau Force by himself and Power Clawed it all to death.
We're going to get you that score in those secondaries in just a second, folks.
The Knob emerged. He looked over at Gazcool and said, "I think I can take you." And Gazcool
Thanks,
said,
man.
"No, you can't." And he's like, "You know what? You actually right."
You right. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got James and Dustin. I will read for Dustin, our Tau player. He got BGH, which is Big Game Hunter. 1 point for that.
That one was the easier one as opposed to Born for Glory.
Yeah, although he did also take Born for Glory. Yes! Born for Glory, we're officially changing it to the brave little toaster that could.
God, I remember watching those little videos.
No brave little toaster points yet. 1 point for Big Game Hunter, 3 points on primaries from Kill, Killmore, and Holtz. Moving through litanies, we're getting some off from the Chaplain Dread. And that's both litanies. And James' score.
All right, over with James. He has a kill one. He has a kill one, a hold more, and a scored a point for recon.
So we are tied 4-4, I believe.
Tied game, 4-4. This is where it's going to be fun.
4-4. Do you have one quick score question for our player? Shouldn't he get 2 points because he killed both of the
There are 13 points apiece, so that takes them to. Yeah, so it is, because it's 10 points.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay. So that should be 2 points for Big Game Hunter. So that's actually a lead for Dustin by 1. 5-4. 5-4, Dustin, Tao, to Salamanders, James Buchanan. Jimmy James. I could go for some Jimmy Johns, actually. Now that we're on the topic. Anyway. All right, we're seeing the Impulsors.
Don't talk about lunch now, because all it is
Scoot on
reminding me that yesterday we were supposed to get sushi burritos, which we did not get.
No, we could do that today, though. I'd be very down. We should do that today. I really want that. Moving that Smash Captain up. Reclaiming that front field. Hopefully trying to find a forward firing base, protecting that objective from any potential deep strikers.
As I said, the Primaris I, insert rest of word or unit, has moved on up. Take a guess at which Primaris unit I said. There's only one right answer, but all of them fit.
All right. Let's play a game. We'll take turns. Let's see how long we can go. Intercessor.
Incorrect.
What? No. You have to say a Primaris name that starts with I and ends with OR. I
Okay.
start with Intercessor. You gotta respond
I'm
with
going to use the trigonometry equation here and place in the sum all and just put Primaris in front. I have one. I have named them all in one fell swoop.
Invictor, Impulsor. We've only got 3. What do you got?
There's the Inceptors. You know what?
We have some people getting out of the
There
Impulsors.
is one Primaris unit that doesn't fit that naming scheme. There's a single one.
Suppressors.
Actually, no, there's 2. Well, depending on how you want to name it. Right, Reavers. Everybody never takes them. I forgot about them.
Suppressors.
There's 3.
Captain and Phobos
Suppressors
Armor.
and Eliminators.
Eliminators. Aggressors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They did break it,
Bet you feel foolish.
but everything still ends with or.
That I can't argue with. That you got me on. All right, taking up residence on the second floor of a building, which is an interesting move. And I think just to speak to the tactics of that, now the snipers, putting them on the second floor is obvious. You want them to have great view. You want them to have cover. That makes a lot of sense. Why put these guys in the second floor? They're not scared of charges. They could even potentially charge something and try and tie it up. Let me tell you why I think that our savvy Salamanders
They're up there
players doing
searching
this.
for humans, since Salamanders are actually the champions of humanity and actually give a crap about regular humans.
No, not at all. Though it is true, and I'm going to make fun of them for it later. They know they can't pin anything in the Tau army because everything has fly, and they don't want to get pins. Those 3 Tau suits with the commander, let's say they go up on that unit, let's say it's on the ground floor, they 3-point it, capture a model, they know they're not going to kill it because they hit on 5s and they don't have any AP, they're not close combat oriented, they'll fall back next turn and can shoot, which means that there would be a whole turn in which this relatively shooty Salamanders army couldn't target any of the big suits. I think that that's what he's trying to avoid, and I think he's doing a very good job of it. All right, more intercessors getting out.
Hey everybody, this is Ed. I have joined the chat.
Hello, Ed.
Hey.
What do you think of this fiery blueberry mashup?
It's hot.
Oh, brave.
Oh my!
Okay, I guess.
Eddie, I had no
Man.
idea this was your kink. Please comment.
Yeah. Please proceed.
Please let
moving to the
Susie
second
know.
phase.
No, these are 2 armies that I play a lot.
You know-
I play my Salamanders pretty frequently. Just I refuse to use Primaris.
How frequently have you used Tau, though?
Not enough.
So, casting Null
So
Zone.
you lied. You are lying.
Once again, we saw in the movement phase, the
You would make
Salamanders
a
have moved
fantastic
up,
politician
trying
then,
to
since you
deny
casually
as
lie.
much area, maintain area control where they can. Looking for a smite, trying to get that Avara. Getting it with an 8. Are you waiting for the Tau player to deny there, or?
Yeah.
3 mortals. Well, actually, hang on. Just a little opener for the new book. He is Farsight Enclaves. They do have a relic that would give them 1 deny. Yeah, hello everybody. So glad you could join us this morning.
Now,
All
in
right.
case you're curious with those relics, just a quick little thing. In the Farsight Enclave, they apparently are turning slowly into blood ravens, as their commander runs around with a Necron weapon but pretends it's not, and you can give somebody a book from the Thousand Sons and pretend it's not.
Sounds right. Oh my goodness, now that we are in turn 2, we are going to be in the the tactical doctrine, getting extra AP on all those rapid fire weapons.
And using mini tactics. Right. Managing 1 wound at AP2 through a combination of Warlord trait and Tactical Doctrine.
And Sally reroll.
And 6 at AP -1.
Not getting it. Trying to take out that Breacher team, get that unit kill.
Only 4 left. Can they survive? They gave it a good effort, but they're still dead.
The Breachers were themselves breached, their sweet, delicious blueberry juice spurting out onto the Imperial streets, where they die like the fruit, the sweet, delicious fruit they are. Remember, kids, Tau flesh is delicious and nutritious, and if any of them enter your orphanage, please set upon them and devour them like little piranhas, like you are.
But not like the Tau Piranha, because that would be heretical.
This brought to you by the Departmentum Unitorum. We got a comment that's just killing Eddie over there.
The comment section the Tau Deny relic. He's like, oh, they totally took a page from the Blood Ravens book. And I'm like, is that what Jack said?
That's what Tom said. So that's 7 shots from a Thunderfire cannon. Looking for those 2s. And then 5s, I believe. Oh, looking for 3s. Whoa. Shooting at an infantry unit I'm not seeing. Shooting at a drone. Well, they're... No.
That's also an infantry unit.
Yeah. And that's a drone down. Firing the other Thunderfire cannon, trying to work through those drones. 6 shots. Those are D3s he's rolling. And hitting with everything thanks to the Sally reroll.
Now, can they get the wounds?
Looking for the Sally reroll. That's a wounds. It's a lot more work.
They've got 6 of them. They might be able to kill another drone.
Oh, 3 go through looking for 5s.
They've killed
Ooh,
3 drones.
3 drones. Good shooting techs.
They see the shields and like, no, those should be on your arms.
They don't have arms. Although I'm sure
No, they're
that they're...
telling the other Tau they need to be on their arms. You know, like carrying a normal shield.
I'm certain that you can get third parties where you can add little creepy mecha arms to the drones, and I really want to do that.
You could just do it with GW bits.
Could.
You could buy a call, then you have so many mechadendrites, you could do 2 entire
just
units
buy
of
call.
shield drones.
And then just have a weird naked call as well. It's a bonus.
You have a pre-mechanicum call.
Those are assault weapons not getting the extra AP from Tactical Doctrine.
This is why the Intercessors are carrying around the assault bolters.
Open it up. 15 automatic hits. Essentially, the stratagem is Meg Dump. Looking for 5s. Oh, seeing quite a few, actually. That's some good rolling. You did move that, actually. I can confirm that for you. Sally reroll, no help, but doesn't need it. 6 wounds, not bad at all. Take me out to the warfare. Take me out to the fights. Bring me some blueberries and flamers. I don't care if everyone dies.
So as we have these drones try and tank the shots from those bolters, the strategy that you're saying that essentially just tells the Marines to do mag dump. So it's really a stratagem that just tells the Space Marines, hey, you remember that tactic that you used to do 10,000 years ago? Why don't you try doing that again?
It works.
Because that is a rule that Heresy-era tactical Marines have.
They can just mag dump?
They can just mag dump.
Nice. And that's
It's known as
two drones.
Fury of the Legion.
Fury of the Legion. Pew pew.
What does that mean? It means take your gun and switch it from the pew setting to the pew 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 setting.
Yeah.
And just hold the trigger till it no longer pews.
Go full auto. Release the pews.
All right. The combination of re-rollings allows one of those to be a hit.
It's good to be a Sally.
Sally's with a death skull.
All right. 3 at AP minus 2, 1 at AP minus 1. The Riptide's just going to go ahead and take the minus 1s on the chin. He's taking 1 wound there. And taking 2 points of damage after that minus 2.
It's a good tactic. He's lost a lot of drones.
Assuming the top player doesn't really want to waste his shield drones on the 1 damage attacks.
No.
Which isn't a terrible thing.
Not at all. Open up with the snipers. Can they snipe a Viper, type a Wiper?
Oh, they managed
That's
to
immortal.
headshot there. So they managed a headshot and an extra normal shot. Here's the missile. Crack missile failed to do any wounding.
No wound from the crack.
This is another crack missile from the scouts, getting a wound through, it seems.
Kills another drone.
Drone flies in the way of the missile.
More snipers. Sally reroll.
And
No
managing
wounds.
nothing. Tried too far there for that headshot and didn't get anywhere that actually mattered.
We are learning today that flamethrowers do indeed make just terrible sniper weapons. Oh, and Inferno pistols are great sniper weapons.
With their
They will
6
kill a
inch
character.
range. That's why you put your 20 power scope on your pistol.
Yep. A Salamander sniper rifle is nothing more than a super soaker filled with napalm duct taped to a birthday candle. With a scope.
Guevara protecting himself with his own shield.
Oh, you've got your loop, Tom. Loop bump. Wow. Tom has dropped his loop, and that's another drone dead. I hope that drone remembers the tragedy of the loop. actually impressed by the Tau's ability to continue fighting on despite the fact that they're communists. Actually, that's why the Inquisition is here. The CIA has basically come to put a stop to it, yet another communist regime. The democratically elected mind control ethereals are just going to get disrupted by the CIA as Sir Hector comes and mind bombs them.
We're waiting for a lookup of a thing.
So, Tom, both of these people claim to care about the people. However, one of them is known for mind control, hard line caste delineation. The other is known for setting people on fire.
No, see,
who do you think is the real humanitarian? Who's the real hero here?
well, see, you're having a misinterpretation about the caring of the people. Both factions only care for explicitly their group of people. The Salamanders explicitly only care about loyal Imperial humans. And the Tau literally only care about anybody who is honestly saying for the greater good and is okay with being neutered.
Yeah, so are the Sallies here to try and free the Guevesa and try and liberate the Tau's mighty testicle stores? This is mind control to blueberries. Please suicidally charge. 'Cause I cannot kill Space Marines with my honor blade. It's a sharpened piece of scrap metal or a spade.
I've killed Space Marines with an honor blade.
Was it honorable?
I mean, sort of. Then again, it was Anshi who went in and decided, you know what, this honor blade, I'm going to spin just correctly to make it AP -2.
Nice.
Because I'm a masterful duelist.
Masterful Duelist just means you say, look over there, and then stab them in the neck.
I mean, probably. He's got one of those giant, like, double-ended staff swords.
That's the Tau Masterful Duelist version. Oh, shoot, what's that? Is it a demon? Stab. There's no such thing as demons.
Actually, he probably doesn't even do that. He just walks up to them and says, hey, I'm Tau, and I have a 2+ weapon skill. And then everybody's just like, wait, what? And then he just stabs them in their confusion.
So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. All right, we're moving to the bottom of turn 2. Looks like it. The Tau are formulating their response to all this shoosting. Are we going to see a repeat where that frickin' Avara just walks up and tanks 2 vehicles? Or are we going to see the Deep Strike?
Possibly, but these 2 vehicles do have invulnerable saves.
They do. We can't count you on this time, but he can throw 4 fusion blasters from that Cold Star out that he missed on last turn. I think we saw why. He knew those vehicles were going down.
I do find it surprising that the Space Marines have unlocked essentially orc technology by taking a giant walk bowl and flipping it upside down and putting it on top of their tank and going, I am now more protected.
With little energy doodads. That's definitely the
No, those aren't energy doodads. Those are the stands for the walk. So it stands up.
Yeah, that's walk stands, Eddie. Waka waka.
And when we get done with the battle, they just turn it over. Because they're salamanders, everything's on fire, so they just put it on a fire and have themselves a delicious stir fry.
They put it on the flaming corpses of their enemies and just make a stir fry.
Yeah.
See, this is I love salamanders because you can predict their responses to a lot of classic thought problems. Like the trolley problem. Would you change the tracks to kill 1 person if it would save 5? The salamanders would just go, I would set everything on fire. That would be the most ethical choice, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's the trolley problem. A trolley is headed towards 5 Imperial citizens. You as a salamander can change tracks so that it only hits 1 person instead. But then aren't you responsible for that 1 person's death? But aren't you already responsible for the 5? It's a thought problem. The salamander's response is, I would take out my flamer, cover everything with promethium, set it on fire, and walk away. My job done, my duty fulfilled for the Emperor.
I just fire a multi-melt at the trolley.
Exactly.
Eddie's response was to multi-melt the trolley. In case anybody was curious there.
Now, if you do the question again, but replace it with 6 Tau distributed across the tracks, they tend to select multi-track drifting and then set the bodies on fire.
Wait, hang on. 5 and 1 still?
Yeah.
Okay, so as an orc, I'm going to put it to the 5.
As an orc, you're going to push the trolley over, so you're going to fight those 6 blueberries. It's not a very good fight, but he's still fighting.
No, he's going to flip the trolley over, turn it into a gun, and shoot them with
He's
it.
going to loot the trolley. All right, so I think I understand the thought problem here. First, I loot the trolley, and then I kill the town. Then I go fight another fight. Oh, trying the 6-up, feel no pains for the Nova charge.
The Riptide finally remembered to turn on his cooling fan on his Nova reactor.
Cooling fans are tricky. She blinded me with science. She hit me with technology. Every book lets the old experimental weapons be new weapons. I'll now go on a killing spree. Oh, the cold star's moving.
Are you on a killing spree or are you on a Kilimanjaro?
Well, I'll tell you what, I know those salamanders certainly aren't on a chilling spree. All right, you guys have seen the salamanders spread out over the entire table, keeping the town in their little castle back there. The Cold Star is just peeking up over the top to shoot at one of those tanks, and I think it's adorable.
He's either popping over the top to shoot at them or he's popping over the top to point it menacingly and have other people shoot it.
Oh yeah, firing marker lights. Getting 2 marker lights, that will bring him into ignore cover, which is actually going to be important here.
It's going to take away that +1 save.
Oh, 2 is actually Seeker Missile, so 3 is ignore cover, right? So 3 is ignore cover. Why?
I think it used to be 2 and then the FAQ flipped it.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's right.
Because I know 2 and 3
What?
flipped, but I can't ever remember which direction.
Don't you think it'd be worth it here to use the stratagem to up it to 3? Maybe 5 even?
It could be, but it depends on what his other plans are. Because he
Deep Striker's coming
he
back.
was intending to bring down a giant blob of crisis suits, and there is a big fat stratagem to use for a giant blob of crisis suits, which might be being used here since they're staring down. Well, I mean the one that when they come down, they get to be like, hey, you're you. And that's all it does for 5 command points.
You mean for 2 command points? This just gives them 5 marker lights.
Why would they want to use that stratagem? That sounds like that wouldn't help at all when you're shooting at Assault Centurions.
I don't know.
It sounds like you would much rather use a stratagem that for 1 command point makes your auto guns the turn you show up on the table into Assault 2 weapons.
No. That should be 3 CP, man. It's too powerful. Assault 2, are you kidding me? For 1 CP for basically the order, the much better order for guard? Crazy.
In case anybody joined us for the Minute Walk video where we went over the new Psychic Awakening, as time has gone on, I have simply accumulated more assault about what GW did to the Gene Stealer cults, or rather, what they didn't do for them.
What if they also instituted daylight savings time, but just for Gene Stealer cult players?
Then I would definitely be flying over to Nottingham and Warhammer World so I can take fiddly Gene Stealer bits and just start stabbing GW employees with them.
Fair enough. He's an angry boy. All right, we've seen our Deep Strikers. That's a lot of suits. All right, I got another song parody for you guys. Just look at this Deep Strike. That's a line of drones. Farsight? I think, no, that's just another commander. It just looks like a Cold Star. It's an enforcer, yeah. All for you, droning on. Too many saves. 5 up, feel no pains. What's up? Oh, is it cut off? I'll fix it. Tom, or actually Eddie here.
Eddie, grab the microphone as we readjust the camera so they can see the soup blob.
No, they can't hear you, Jack. I'm sorry.
He's trying to yell over the tournament that you guys need to see the soup blob. There's
There
the
we
soup
go.
blob. We now see a soup blob.
Minor camera adjustment. We had to set up real quick this morning because time change sucks.
The Farsight Enclaves have shown up, being sure to stay as far away from as possible from the ethereal that they will not like.
Oh, he is. He's using the stratagem 2CP.
I mean, if I'm going to talk actual serious talk instead of trying to make a bunch of stupid jokes about it, everybody saw this coming.
Yeah. It is it's a pretty solid tactic to deep strike a giant unit of crisis suits and then burn 2CP to put 5 marker lights on the target that you're trying to kill.
All right, I'm back with you again, folks.
The tower they're actually just using 2 CP just so they can give themselves +1 to hit from the Farsight Enclave stratagems. He's now intercepting the drones.
Which unit's also scanning?
Auspex scanning the drone with the Centurion's going to try and get some DACA out before, I'm going to be honest, I don't rate their chances. That's a lot of fusion blaster plasma. A lot.
Much of it.
The irony of killing salamanders with melta weapons is not lost on this commentator, as we reduce both the salamanders' coal black flesh, their dead red eyes, and all of their war gear to beautiful molten slag that they will surely correct and reforge into new relics.
Why are their eyes dead? Why are they not very much alive?
Oh, they're red.
You said dead red.
Redemption. Yes! You did it backwards.
That way we don't infringe on copyright and trademarks.
They would give us a way for us to redeem ourselves. It's sort of their thing.
I don't know. I'm okay doing it, seeing as how, from what I've heard from former employees of the company, Rockstar did some shady stuff.
Yeah. All right, 2 command points to Auspex scan. Intercepting. Rolling volleys of 12 from the Centurion Devastators. Sally reroll.
They managed some hits. Do they manage some
Not
wounds?
a lot of love from the wounds. Sally reroll.
3 from the Hurricane Bolts.
Looking for 4s. Saving 2. Looking for 5s. Woof. Sturdy drones. All right. You know, it's not often we actually see the Auspex scan stratagem used. I think this was a pretty good use of it. I might have used it to try and pike some suits and get drones from that, personally. Considering I think it's a difference of 1 toughness. I don't know. It's good either way.
Well, all those Hurricane Bolters would go from wounding on 4s to wounding on 5s if you did it that way.
No, I realized that as I was sort of saying it. And that's going to be 3 drones. And now shooting the other squad.
No, these are just each 1 Centurion at a time.
No, the other shot's in the volley, but yeah, no, let's give him under. So,
And the shield drones so far are fine, except for 3 of them, which are dead.
yes. Not really a bad use. I'm going to be honest, that is a really strong flanking. Is it? No, that's bottom side flank. It's not top side flank.
Nope, bottom side.
Well, a lot of drones. While our Tau player plans his shooting phase. Oh wait, hang on, psychic phase. All right, now as the Tau player plans his
Sea
shooting
Games Workshop,
phase.
we followed your rules in acknowledging that we're not actually allowed to skip phases.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what exactly happened to make enough of an inquiry to Games Workshop that they had to make an FAQ about that. But there are many FAQs this edition that come out that I'm always like, what prompted the question that's being asked here?
Because somebody, same thing,
Always someone.
What were they gaining for doing it?
I'm sure some players like, yeah, I want to be able to skip phases to save on time.
12 fusions. Using transhuman physiology on that unit of Centurion Dev, so only wounding on 4s. Big here. I'm not sure if that's gonna be if that's gonna end up saving him, but it's a good effort for sure. So hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. All but 1 hit from the fusion blasters. Moving from 3s to 4s. Let's see how many 3s there were. That's a couple. Still really solid wound roll.
Lost out on 2.
I'll saw down 2.
7 minus 4s from the fusion weapons.
Looking for that 6 up.
7 6s. Can it be done? All right, there's the first Centurion dead.
They went from being a dev Centurion to a dead Centurion.
Second Centurion dead.
They're taking 2.
And the third Centurion dead. Did you say they were dead
Third-
Centurions? Because these are Assault Centurions.
Were they? No, they're not assault. They're Devastator Centurions.
These were Assault Centurions. Could you not tell by the gigantic drills on their arms?
I thought those were grav cannons.
No, those were gigantic drills.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this just in: Warhammer might turn you blind, especially commentating on it. Farsight going at the Thunderfire Cannon. It was bringing the thunder, and now the tower bringing the plasma. Farsight, living up to his namesake, shooting plasma slightly further than his comrades.
Because he can see farther.
He can certainly see better than I can. It's 5 or 6. For 3s to another plasma. That's a plas wounds. Looking for that 6.
And 2 points of damage from that plasma rifle that Farsight has, and looks at it and realizes, what's this 11 setting? Let's try that.
Farsight are the Orcs of Tau. He looted a plasma rifle to make a bigger, better plasma rifle. Ivara splitting up between 2 vehicles again.
The big super blaster gun. Eddie, quick, give the big gun that's being fired right now a fitting orc name.
Is it an energy gun?
Yes.
So it's a custom blaster boom cannon.
Okay, I'm gonna make a counterpoint here. It's gonna be a custom mega booster blast fucking cannon.
Custom Wazdacker. Custom Wazdacker Zappa gun. We're going to commentate the rest of the shooting phase as Orcs. That big blueberry looking lad is using his custom Wazdacker Zappa gun on them big flying space marine boys. Them beaky boys is a good fight. They're not so beaky these days though. Oh, we scuppered him right up. There's no accounting. They got less talk about it here. We're hard with it. Gotta get up and shake them good. You want them blue boys to go down.
He's got lots wounds.
He's toasting them charcoaly boys.
He's taking lots damage.
He's done scarp of the tank. Oh, no explosion. I love it when they go boom tom.
It's easier to loot though.
Oh yes, we'll come after this battle, loot it up real good. We'll get that Wazdecker Zappa gun, put it on it, loot it up real nice. Of all the beaky boys, I like the green ones the best. They know Orcs is strongest, they immolate us like the digger knobs. They know what's.
What's a dig knob?
Now it's time for Jack's Fun Fact Happy Hour. Are you a human who likes fighting? Please report yourself to the Inquisition immediately. Digonobs are not to be trusted. They are not to be glorified. You are not an orc. Please return to the folds. Your punishment will be severe, but you can still serve the Imperium as a servitor. That was Jack's Fun Time Happy Hour. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I'd like to point out, if you don't live on the planet of Gorka Morka, you literally do not know what a Digonob is, because there's no contact from that planet.
Ois. No, we got off a small group of us did. We found one of them Eversa drop pods.
No.
We turned it upside down, kicked it real good.
No, there's only one orc that has left Gorka Morka so far, and it is the legendary true master of Gorka Morka, the Red Gobo.
He's not an orc, he's a git. He's shooting his big old Docker cannon from the... I don't know what I would call a riptide.
The Fly Daka suit.
The Docker jumper wire shooter. He's getting them new tall beaky boys. They get bigger every year, I swears it. Must be fighting good strong.
That just means we need to go crump more and get big.
Always crump them real good. He's using his extra back ducker to get them little scooter boys. Oh. Is he gonna blast him?
He only killed one. That Daka not very boomy.
No, he's only got one. I thought he had one. I thought he had one left, but it was only 4 in them little squad of tiny beakers. It's dangerous to be a scooter. Crumping them real good. Them blueberries, they know what's what with Docker. Oh, these odd boys ain't living up to their name.
Well, of course not. They're not actually odd boys. They're beakies.
They oughta. Beaky's is odd. Beaky's good fighting. Oh, they're trying to scalp the tank. Oh,
That floaty truck definitely got some big holes in it now.
that good floaty truck's gonna get right scarping. Them breachy boys gonna try and get into that that big green floaty tank. I'm rooting for the green ones. Oh, he's got some. That's 3 dockers. Done found the other O's.
Makes another O inside that floaty truck.
Oh, they're getting it down. Man, this blueberry docker. New at Jack's Smoothie Shack, blueberry docker surprise.
Where'd that Yumi come from?
Get him! Whoa! Right, we got him good. Oh, that's the end of it. So that's the end of turn 2.
The orcs have scattered off for the moment.
Yes, although they made an absolute mess of our telecommunications room.
No, this is actually it's slightly more orderly.
Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me for my crimes.
Well, I'm just pointing out you must not normally be in a telecommunications closet, and those are a mess. They are always a mess.
They're wiry. Well, guys, we'll get to that score update for turn 2 just as soon as we have it. A lot of shooting from the Tau, doing Tau shooting things.
There was much DACA.
That was, I mean, like, geez. It's never enough DACA.
We are going to have to see if it is enough DACA, as Eddie's saying, because even though the Tau brought a lot of DACA, they are only on 2 small edges of the table right now.
Oh, yeah. They don't have a lot of board control, but they got numbers, they got power. Man, I'll be curious to see if the Sallies, I think, can pull it off on objectives. Third time's a charm. Don't set it on fire.
The sheet keeps being ripped away as they keep realizing math errors. Math is hard.
Math is hard.
And you know why? It's probably because this day had to start an
Oh
hour
my God.
early.
The salts. Go work for Morton. All right. Dustin has scored 3 primaries in turn 2. And racked Big Game Hunter up to 3, which, if that's at 2, I think should still be 4 again. And then behind enemy lines for 2. Because I think he's done 40 total damage to vehicles, right? 37? Yeah.
This
Dustin,
score is constantly in flux.
Dustin owes me a Coke for that one, I'm going to be honest. I've just gotten him 2 EP up math corrections. All right, so that's a maxed... Well, that's maxed Big Game Hunter and 2 behind enemy lines. So 6 each primaries and secondaries for a total of 12.
All right. That's going to put us... You just did Dustin, right?
Yep.
All right, that's going to bring us over to James.
James.
He's gotten a kill 1 and a hold 1.
James
He now
Baxter.
has 2 points for his recon, and he has gotten 2 points off his engineers. That's going to put him on 9 points total so far.
12-9 Dustin. Tau coming out strong.
They're trying to show to the Imperium to embrace the greater good.
Yeah, the greater good of like 12 freaking fusion blasters. That's the Tau's greater good. I mean, it's greater and it's good. Jeez.
It's also very fusiony. It's sciencey.
I mean, they use fusion blasters because they're trying to bring people together, Tom, and that's pretty beautiful to see. Even if they're trying to bring people together at the atomic level.
Or are they even going... Or are they even going so far as to do it at the subatomic level? They're going to fuse the quarks.
I don't think you'd want... I mean, if fusion... If you could do that, if the Tau could do that, I think they'd have already won. If they have guns that just causes matter to fuse at the subatomic level, whatever they point at, then 1, they have infinite energy, just flat, anywhere they want it instantaneously, and as much as they want. And 2, they have a weapon that can destroy... I mean, you just point it to the planet. Just turn 1 on, drop it from orbit, planet's gone in like a year.
Counterpoint. Chaos already does that, and they haven't won.
Chaos has already won, lost, and tied. Chaos is in a constant flux. Oh, my way, Shenzhen Ra. The Chaos Gods. I mean, no! I'm just a normal commentator. I'm definitely not a demon in some sort of suit. Don't worry about that.
No.
There's definitely not a bunch of demons who decided that the best way to survive in real space was just to pretend to be commentators and other normal citizens.
No.
So never you worry about that.
So, Jack, I can actually confirm for you that you're not a demon, so take relief in that. You're actually a brain that's piloting a bone mech that is wearing meat armor.
Wow. I have never felt so studied in my life. Why doesn't the Ordos biologist talk like this all the time? The human construction is similar to an Imperial Knight's. The nervous system represents the wiring to control the bone mech.
By the way, I think we forgot to mention earlier while we were reading off the scores, there were 2 dice rolls in there. That was the chaplain praying at himself to be super angry to kill with his las cannons.
I'm so pissed off, I hate these blueberries. Also, Eddie, I lost your screw finally. Sorry.
We now have Thunderfire cannons doing their artillery thunder firing in this.
Total of 8 shots, perfectly average. Break in for the deep strike.
Inquisitor Hector Rex is slowly coming in, just
Hector.
pretending like he's been there the whole time.
Hector X is coming in.
He's showing up near the town, but saying, "I would like to ask you a question, as I am the inquiring sorts."
Hello, my blueberries. I have a question that I just need your help answering. What do your insides look after I make them outsides? She's my blueberry pie.
Is actually
Moving
Inquisitor
to the
Hector
psychic
Rex's
phase.
psychic powers.
That was Null Zone again from the Librarian, trying to get rid of some invulns.
Trying to remember what other brain magic is happening here.
Looking for a smite.
He's going to be smitten
And
with a
getting it on
riptide.
10. No, it has to be more than a 10, unless you have some sort of bonus for Super Smite. G3 mortal wounds to the Avara. That's 3.
Hector Rex is quite smitten with the Yavara.
Takes 2.
Since the stone stopped one of those mind bullets.
Gonna be honest, taking out that Avara would be a huge boost to the Imperial side of things. Casting Terrify. Gets off.
The Yavara is now scared.
He has successfully scared a 5-foot-tall blueberry man, proving just how big an Inquisitor he is. Doesn't he feel so powerful? Now we're mentally interrogating a blueberry. Heresy for all but an Inquisitor. Trying to get a command point. I believe this gives Sir Hector 3 casts. Leadership 9, trying to beat that 9 on 3d6, and I think he's done it. -1 shooting and an extra command point from mental interrogation.
That Tao's mind has now been violated.
Oh yeah, he got all up in there. He learned all the Tao's dirty secrets. He does get an extra one. Looking up number of casts, seeing if Psychic Mastery bumps him up to 3 or just 2. So now we'll have 3 to Psychic Mastery. Oh, he goes from 3 to 4? Oh, and denies.
He's
Okay.
going to need those 4 denies
Oh,
against
yeah.
the Tao.
I like killing Tau when I can't deny. Except I can 4 times. I'm Sir Hector Rex, I'll inquisite your butt. And then I'll rape your mind. Yeah! He just did! He just did, Eddie. What do you think, that mental interrogation was gentle? Inquisitors are not gentle by nature.
All right, the Thunderfire cannon is happening.
The Thunderfire Cannon.
Salamander player confirming that math is hard.
Not this hard.
I'm saying the tactical
Staying in the Tactical Doctrine for turn 3. At the end of turn 3, we're going to start giving you guys those clock updates. Oh. 6 AP minus 1 of the drones, looking for 4s. See at least one fail. Oh, quite a few fails. Looking for 5s. See.
2 more drones are dead.
Man, good 5 rolls. If only our Death Guard player had that kind of luck yesterday.
He did. He couldn't pass his normal saves, but he was pretty good on Disgustings.
That you did not roll a ton of 5s. The other Thunderfire Cannon. Still averaging.
8 shots on 2 final drones. Can the Thunderfire Cannon kill them?
I can't split them. Yeah. I mean, often I do. That's true. 6 AP minus 1.
6 saves against those 2 drones. Will they live?
Can they do it?
There's still 1 drone left.
There's still a drone. The quality of shots, it doesn't matter against drones. And they're kind of, in a sense, they're very, very good at countering elite armies. This is a pretty elite Salamanders force because the quality of the shot doesn't matter. The drone, I mean, it cares if it's a las cannon or not just on the Feel No Pain, but it barely cares. I mean, the best way I found to kill shield drones is like massed las gunfire.
You know what's going to be a good way to deal with Tau shield drones, right?
Mortars.
That Death Strike missile that you're excited about.
Oh my god, guys, I'm so excited about my new Death Strike. It doesn't even care about shield drones, it's just going to do mortals to everything.
Just make it a tank ace. Fire off 18 shots with the ICBM.
Yep.
Make it Vortex.
Yep. Make it Vortex, reroll to hit. I guess if I make it Vortex, I shouldn't need to do Vengeance for Cadia, or I'll be rerolling to hit.
You may as well, because every hit's a mortal wound. And you're getting max shots because you tank aced.
Tank Ace just lets you reroll one of the die for number of shots. You can't do max shots.
That's a faction one. There's a tank ace for support that's just maximum shots.
I thought it was maximum damage. You're talking about maximum payload, right?
It's maximum shots.
So that's 3 mortals and 4 AP zeros. Looking for Feel No Pains. I believe this was from the snipers, which did very well. Spending a CP to reroll that failed save.
The final drone is evacuated from the table by that under a hail of gunfire.
Final drone over there, and the Cold Star. Yeah, but there's none for max shots.
Honestly, I didn't pay too much attention to it because I looked at the tank aces and just been like, these are not the tank aces I used to have. Damn you. Damn you for removing my codex.
Yeah, still, thank you, chat. That maximum payload on a Basilisk or a Manticore is crazy good. Especially if you combine it with the tank ace for the commander to reroll once a wound and give him the relic battle cannon, so that's flat 3 as well. Then you're just tossing so much flat 3 damage down the board that any elite infantry disappears.
But I don't have a tank commander with a battle cannon. I have a tank commander that has a Vanquisher battle cannon with a coax heavy stubber that he's not allowed to have now.
I know, man. I know. Five AP -1.
All 5s? Not quite all 5s.
That's going to be, I think, more unit kills. Yep. It's another breacher. Clearing out that back castle. The Tau presence, it's all their strongest stuff, but they're running thin. Their support units are going. It's interesting.
From the captain's warlord trait. So these will be AP -2.
Some Storm of Fire.
I already used my wound reroll, and
1 wounded AP -2. 1 AP -1 wounds on the Avara. saves on the AP -2.
And failed that one. It's always how it goes. The big AP you pass, the small AP you just can't save against.
Oh, you cannot.
It kind of reminds me how I think it was at Indy Storm we had a game with guard players where they apparently were equipped with anti-tank las guns. They were completely ineffective against infantry, but against tanks they were always wounding.
Jeez.
Let's kill the drone.
Pistoling the
The
drone.
drone is being pistoled.
That's a hit. Sally reroll. No.
Not able to do it.
Doing the Dreadnought las cannons. Firing into that back riptide, the one that's further away from drones. Sally rerolled a hit. Got in the hit. So that's 2 wounds.
2 wounds with the chaplain las cannons. The las cannons of piety.
Taking on the 5. Taking them both. Keeping the 3 damage.
The riptide takes 3 points of damage from those pious las cannons.
Bring them down to 7. Las cannons of piety.
All right, both those las
2
cannons
las
have
cannon
wounded against the
wounds.
crisis team. Drones are going to get in the way. That's one drone dead.
Last cannon going into suit.
Putting it on some
Looking for a
Meridian
5.
armor.
And
Managed to
saving
pass
it.
it.
Nice.
Good call.
Very good call.
Now Storm Bolters on this wounded unit of drones that came down with the crisis suits.
2 wounds so far. 3 wounds total. Could do it. And 2 going through.
And they both remain going through.
And 2 drones down.
That's another drone unit with a single shield drone
Yep.
left.
Those drones are getting cleared off. Slowly but surely. And that is the way to the Tau's heart. If you want to make a Tau fall in love with you, you're a heretic. This has been another fun fact sponsored by Jack's Fun Time Happy Hour.
Woo.
All right, Eddie. Well, welcome back to the stream. Eddie had to step away for a minute. He's helping the event with some judging.
No, he walked up to the front. I'll call him out on where he went.
No, I was actually first.
I knew it.
So he did walk out to the front. So I was also
Yep.
right.
Moving to the charge phase, trying to deal with the Tau Overwatch.
No, this is the Borka Watch.
Borka Watch.
Because they're not
Bork.
Tau Sept.
They're still Tau. They're still racially Tau.
But they're not Tau Sept.
But it's still Tau Overwatch because the Tau's racial ability
No, it's Tau
is
Overwatch
shared
because you're
Overwatch.
using the Tau faction ability.
No. It's Tau Overwatch whenever you use the Tau special ability to Overwatch for a unit that's being charged adjacent to you.
But it's non-Tau special ability because he is Borkan, so he technically could have taken gunboat diplomacy to allow Kroot and Vespid to do this as well.
Could have, but he didn't. And it's Tau Overwatch, not Crew Overwatch or Vesper Watch. Tau Overwatch.
Overcharged with the heavy burst cannon on the
Looking for
Overwatch.
6s.
A single hit.
Single hit. Below statistical.
You and your statistics.
Like
Get them out of here.
Yeah.
All you're doing is constantly saying that they're not working.
Well,
While you're
Every time I haven't said it, it's worked.
No wound there because they spez Marines.
Stays hard, boys.
One from the smart missiles. And it didn't wound them. The missiles are not very explodey right now.
And that was all of Overwatch.
They're just firing Nerf rockets at them. An 8-inch charge will get it there.
That's those boys in.
They've made it to that back riptide. They're going to try and give him a fistin'.
They'll be given a fisting that they can't be resisted. Let me get you guys a time clock update. So James, our Salamanders player, has about 18 minutes left on his currently running time clock at the top of turn 3. Dustin, our Tau player, has 28 minutes. So we're going to see if they use all that time and how the game progresses.
Intercessors now
Pathfinder's
charging.
overwatching the intercessors.
Pathfinder's reminding everybody that they're there and trying to shoot at them. I am noticing that none of those Pathfinders decide to try and blind those intercessors. Apparently, I
Nope.
must be the only Tau player that uses that piece of war gear.
You are. I mean, not a lot. I use photon grenades when I play, but that's only because
I've never
you,
seen you play your Tau.
Yeah, it's only because you told me about them. No, you have played my Tau once and you completely smashed them. You tabled me.
When was this?
Very early 8th. We didn't know each other very well at this point.
What?
I think it was actually legitimately the first game we ever played together.
What did I do it to you with?
What did you do it to me
I mean, I know it's difficult since I have like 12 armies.
with? I know. You don't play Custodes at all, do you?
I have a few Custodes.
Have you ever used the jet bikes?
No, I don't own any of the jet bikes.
Because they also tabled my Tau. My Tau got tabled a lot in early 8th. I can't recall. It was a while ago.
Was it with my Tyranids? Because it was with my Tyranids. That's another game where that Hive Tyrant did not die this entire edition.
It might have been. Sounds right. Maybe you haven't played my Tau. Maybe I'm thinking of another game.
I don't believe I've played your Tau, honestly.
Well, then fight me.
Well, the problem is every time I show up to the game store, you're already playing another game.
Well, then
And then even when I've scheduled a game with you, I show up and you're already playing another
that
game.
happened once, and I'm sorry. I don't remember things week to week. I had slept since then, and I'm sorry. Don't call me out on live stream. All right. The charge is going pretty well. They got some intercessors in.
Nope. They're going to try and Thunderhammer these Tau.
Can try and thunder them up. Ooh, after the Escalation League is over, we should play. We should also play in the Escalation League. Sergeant not traveling with their friends. Forgot to deploy the sergeant. Giving his opponent the opportunity. Opponent still being pretty nice, very cordial, and like letting
See,
him
I
place.
think what happened here is the Intercessor Sergeant ended up finding about other war games and experimented with Infinity and taking the Holo Projector where he gets to actually change his model out for something else that's on the table. That
That's
is
nice.
literally a thing you can do in Infinity. You can replace a special operations operative with a regular grunt soldier, and everybody will think he's a regular grunt soldier because it's actually what your army list that you give your opponent says.
That's cool.
And then you just go, reveal, he's actually this stupid asshole.
We should have assassins do that, man.
Yeah, it's called the Calidus Assassin.
Sorta. Sergeant tapping the Avara with a Thunderhammer. Tap a tap tap. Using the reroll. All for you, Sally reroll. Hitting this thing with Thunderhammers.
If only they were mastercrafted again.
Strength 8 into T7.
He's managed to chew
2
with the
wounds.
Thunderhammer.
So that's the last
has
drone.
been smashed. The Avara has been smacked by a sledgehammer.
Ivara gets sledged.
Oh, going for a command point reroll there. Gonna try and keep him alive because
Trying
the
to keep
Avara has a
Yavara alive.
4-up invuln in combat. He got better, but not good enough.
No.
I noticed the Yavaras take a lesson off of Shazo Ramir, who has a tower shield as a shield generator. It goes from a 4-up to a 3-up in melee.
That's awesome.
Because it's a tower shield.
How was she? Now punching. Punchy punch. Overseer Hector and the Librarian did not make it in. I don't know. I think those guys in that remaining tank are going to be able to clear out that castle.
It's very possible. The drone support is, I'm pretty sure, all but gone now.
It's gone. A couple of las cannons get thrown out. Don't know what they're going to do about this, though.
2 wounds on the Riptide here. He resists it with his armor plating.
Resist. All right. Oh, whoa. Have an idea for what I think the Avara should do next turn. He should jump out, murder Sir Hector and the Librarian. Why not?
I mean, he might very well do that.
He might. I just don't want to influence the game by talking pre-strat. You know.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
And the Riptide can jump out, kill that vehicle. Whatever the heck is left in there can maybe kill his infantry. It doesn't much matter. Because he won't be able to use the psychic power anymore if he kills Sir Hector to deny Overwatch. And there's no way those infantry are going to survive charging the Avara, so they'll be safe for next turn as well. What do you think? What are your thoughts on my strategery, Tommen?
I think that might happen.
Do you think it's the best course of action for that Tau Castle all the way on the right?
Could potentially be. Let's see how these mayas play out.
Well, we will see what happens.
There's 2 more wounds on the Avara. Saves them both with his shield.
Shield. Avara stamping back.
He's going to try and kick.
He's going to go for it.
He's managed 2 hits with his kick. He's managed to wound with his kick.
Kick.
The armor has protected from the kick. The Ethereal Child going to try and whack with his fancy stick.
His honor blade spade. Will he have it made in the shade? Will he be like Colin Dade from our last tournament?
He's hit twice with his stick. He's wounded both times with his stick.
So the warp he has bade. With the Space Marines going on a
He's hit
tirade.
both. The stick did not harm him.
They have not the price paid.
The Riptide is now kicking. He has hit 3 times.
The lines of morality in this game are grade.
And the kick did not have enough force behind it.
Did not give the Tau any aid.
Now, luckily, he had a hit, so he did not have to make a piloting skill roll to see if he falls.
Yep, in that case, their chances of victory would fade.
Especially because I don't know how much pilot damage that pilot has already suffered, but it cannot be a small amount. I tripped over my words there.
Seems the Salamanders and their armor have it made.
In case anybody is confused, currently the commentators are slipping a world line to an alternate dimension where 40k is actually Battletech.
Pretty much. And I'm out of aid words. So, that was fun. All right. Looks like we're moving to the bottom of turn 3. Let's see how the Tau responds. I anticipate fully that all of these cool Tau suits in the back are going to do nothing. They're not going to shoot.
Getting
That's 4 units killed.
getting
We're looking
scores
for morale
total.
on those drones.
Checking to see if the final drone that showed up with the crisis suits is going to morale. The drone says it must protect itself as it is a valuable technology and a sentient AI, so it flees in terror.
Like a little trash can lid it is.
I thought they were power frisbees.
Yep. You know, with that cold start dead, the little toaster that could is not going to be getting any more VP for that secondary. It is a risky secondary to take.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But for
not-
some characters, it's not as difficult to make happen.
No, although it does mean that your opponent is going to be able to pretty easily predict what your character's going to do, and that's a big downside.
All right. Farsight now using the order to make all the suits pretend like they're the Viorla sets.
Didn't he cow Yan earlier in the game? Can you do one of each? I thought you could
You
only
can do
use
one of each. Shadow Sun, you can do Kalyan and Monka. Shadow Sun is special in being able to do Kalyan twice.
Okay, I thought you could only do either of them once per game. You could only use that whole set ability suite once, but apparently I'm wrong. You play Tau a lot more than me. Is that the case?
I'm pretty sure it is, but as I have also said this entire edition, I've actually never called either of them.
Points. Be worth a check. Do we have a Tau book?
There's a Tau book somewhere.
There should be a Tau book somewhere. I'm going to Google it.
The wonderful powers of Google. It shall be one of the factions fighting the next world war, which will just be waged between companies.
Probably. Isn't there a mech game where that's the basic plot? It's just corporate espionage and murder?
Oh, it's not corporate espionage. It's crap. What was that game called? I forgot. Which is a shame because I actually very much enjoy it. It's a box game. The artists are the same people that did the District 9 art. But it's arena combat where the arena is a city that needs to be demolitioned, so they turn it into a sport of mechs. They're trying to plaster the sponsorships around to be able to demolish the buildings.
Oh,
while
I remember
also
that
doing
one.
mech
That one
combat.
looks really
The
cool.
game is actually a ton of fun.
Yeah, and the mechs look all cool and scrappy. It's a very unique take on mech combat. Yeah. So, Master of War happens once per battle. And Master of War covers both, so I'm not sure, unless Farsight special, I'm not sure you can...
Farsight has that special ability where you can call Moncal who's called once. That's why it can be Shadow Sun.
Nice. Fist bump it. All right. We've been told that I was right,
You've
which makes
certainly
me
been
happy.
reminded that Farsight and Shadow's Sun were taught by the same dude, so basically have the same rule.
Listen, man, you're stressing me out. I think I'm just going to go to the beach. I'm going to wait for a nice pure tide to roll in.
Now, I'm going to throw out the controversial opinion, but the guy that Shadow's Sun and Farsight both learned from to be better at tactics was secretly Orchimedes, who painted himself blue, and everybody thought he was a Tau.
I can see it. It seems likely.
Because when you think about it, that's all he taught him. Is like, look, when you need to get closer, you just get closer. And when you don't need to get close and you need to DACA, you just DACA more.
All I can see now is Orchimedes, like, crudely scrawling with a crayon in his fist, Sun Tzu's Art of War. You've got to get up on top, then you can throw rocks and whatnot down at them gets trying to get you.
Then when you see the shooty ones, you gotta go killy on them. And when you see the killy ones, you shooty on them.
When you see your enemy crumping up, let him keep crumping up. There's no need to correct him.
I'm pretty sure Orchimedes designed Storm Surge.
Eddie's
I
now
would
suggesting
believe
that
that.
Orchimedes is the one that developed Storm Surge.
Seems accurate.
I would argue and contest that point and say that is actually, was it Buzzgob? Is Buzzgob the one with the custom Stompa mob?
Yes, he is.
The Stompa that's what, 200 points?
Not anymore.
It's not anymore, but it used to be a 200-point Stompa.
Commander Farsight is going to use his eyes to see what's inside that Tech Marine. Is it bionic bits? Is it still flesh? Is it a salamander and he's literally just made of fire?
What I'm going to be curious to see if he's going to go at the Tech Marine and he's going to be like, hey, do you want to try a totally not Necron Satan Blade cutting into you?
It's the Dawn Blade.
The chat wants an Art of War book.
What? We could write it. I'd be down.
It's literally 2 pages.
Cunning. Brutal. Read in either order. When you're shanking a git, even if you think you done shanked him good, give him an extra shake, just to be sure.
Why only one? You need to do 5.
Well, you should have already shanked him a good number of times, you get.
Yeah, and then you do 5 more.
That's covered in Section 1. Proper shanking procedure. Find a bit of rusty metal. If you find it uncomfortable in your grip, sod up your big git. Grab it.
Nova charging on the Riptide?
Nova
He
charging the
takes move.
Riptide.
There's like 10 minutes left.
Let-
Something like that.
Yeah, our time clocks are 9 and 22.
9 to 22. Okay.
Yeah. Completely, yeah, that's for sure. Everything fell back from the Tau Castle. We see the two, we actually
being
saw,
laser pointed?
we're seeing the Tau player do the opposite of the tactic that, that you and I had discussed earlier. Which I don't disagree with. I would have liked my tactic better. I think it would have played out better, especially for unit kills going up against 4. But,
It could, but the thing that you could be worried about is I'm pretty sure Hector Rex is carrying around a big old Inquisitorial Eye Storm Shield.
you can't deal with Plasma Flamer.
With a giant Inquisitorial Eye Storm Shield, I think he can.
Probably not. What does he have? 4 wounds? And even if he does, I think it's still
he's 5 because I'm pretty sure he's Inquisitor Terminator armor.
I think it's Termi armor.
I know
We
he
can
used
ask.
to be in Terminator armor. He used to be a very strange human that wore Terminator armor.
Could be human Termi armor. And that's a save. So do you think this was a better option, or do you think he should have gone with my tactic? Hector X is in Termi armor with 5 wounds. Nice.
Get learned, Jack.
Oh, and he's T3.
Because he's a human.
Yeah, he'd be dead.
He's not a space marine. He's a human.
I like my gambit better. Looking for 3s to wounds on the Marines. Although they did put enough distance. I don't know. They put enough distance that I'm not sure Hector and the Librarian could get the charge next turn.
10-2 into the intercessors that were formerly charging the Tau.
The artist formerly known as Charging Intercessors.
They're on their 5 either way.
And that's probably unit.
So they also have 2 apiece.
Looking for feeling the pain. Yep, looking for 12 wounds. I think you need to drop a die from your right hand. There you go.
The feel no
I'm
pains.
seeing some 6s. Oh, I see 4. I think we have someone surviving. Always in handy, protects those characters. So we determined that bloodletters can read, but only stuff that's written in blood. Orcs can only read the paths of violence. Orcomedes could read.
Yep, that's what all those glyphs are. They read in hieroglyphics like the Egyptians.
Walk like an orc. Walk. Great.
Character is receiving fire here.
Yup. Smashy Captain.
Here comes the auto-hitting max shot flamer against this little character that tried to punch the Yavara but managed not to kill it.
Goodbye, character. That is a lot of Taka.
That's 15 wounds. Let's see if the Smash Captain cares or not. As he sits there and laments the days that he would have had an extra save against all of this. right, that looks like he's failed 7 saves, each doing 3.
So that's 21 damage. If he tanks this, I'm gonna buy James a Coke. That is an on-air promise. James, if you survive, we'll buy you a Coke. Do it for all of us. So only taking like 17 damage. Oh, goodbye, Captain Smash.
The Smash Captain has been smushed.
The Smoosh Captain has been smished. Shoot the heavy burst cannon into the impulsor.
No, this is the big gun off of the Yavara.
Oh. You should have declared that earlier. For 5s, it'd be another unit kill.
That floaty truck does only have like 2 wounds left on it or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3.
Doing 3 mortal wounds to it. Sorry, 2 mortal wounds there.
I think that's enough to, yeah, it's just enough to pop it. Oh, does it explode? There's the librarian.
It does not kaboom.
Doesn't kaboom anyway. And that's another unit kill, so that's what, 3? Oh, is there still an infantry guy alive?
Yes, because the Intercessor Sergeant survived.
That'll do it.
He windmilled his Thunder Hammer, which prevented all the fire from killing him.
Farsight's 2-shotting into the already wounded Thunderfire cannon. Two at -4 on the Thunderfire cannon. That's going to need 6 ups.
They're both
And
saved.
survived. That is what we like to see. Nice one, James. That was boxcars.
A Thunderfire cannon that is thoroughly entrenched.
Oh yeah, either wound would have killed it too. I mean, that was a close cut. That was a 1 in 36 chance of survival.
There's only one. If you get 3 ones.
You rolling?
All right. The Psychic Ion Busters were overcharged, so checking to see
So
if the suit gets hurt.
9 hits on the other Thunderfire. Eight at -2, 2 up, 2 up, 4 up.
It's 8 wounds there.
Looks like 3 have gone through, could survive on all 1s, and that's a dead Thunderfire.
The Thunderfire cannon has been eliminated.
That's not a unit kill though, right? Because he comes.
As
They
soon as they
become
deploy,
separate.
they separate.
Yeah. So that's 3.
Orc mech guns are the only ones that don't give up since their crew doesn't technically die.
Splitting up plasma.
All right. All right, 4 of the crisis suits are going to shoot at the Chaplain Dreadnought that is on the lower side of the Chaplain Dreadnought Twinsies. 2 plasma rifles are forced to have to shoot at the Thunderfire cannon. One wound with the plasma rifles on the Thunderfire, which it saves.
lot of fusions.
Yep. Now swarms of fusion guns on the Chaplain Dread.
T9 on the chap. Very useful here. Fusion guns are strength 8. Wounding on 5 is going to be rough. Or not.
They
T7,
are
9
toughness 7. I was
wounds.
about to sit there and wonder, how did a Chaplain Dread not become as as high toughness as a Reaver Titan?
Yeah. I was going to say, I know there's something that they can do to increase toughness. 5 minus 4 is the 4 up.
Right, Reaver Titans
4
are
up
tough 9.
Rosaria save.
Eddie was not expecting that question.
We go through. Oh. 15 wounds.
15 wounds on the Chaplain Dreadnought. He's going to have to make 6 of these to stay alive. He only made 2 of them.
Does he explode? The world wants to know. No.
He does not explode. The Emperor told him that you were not exploding today, and he's like, yes, Emperor.
Yes,
I pray
Emperor.
FG.
And that is unit kill number 4, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Drones charging a Tech Marine. Going for a cripple fight.
Probably trying to get Farsight in. Got a half-hour lunch.
I mean, inquiring minds wanted to know.
Sometimes you just gotta suck through. I mean, that's good use of drones, though. I have respect for that, especially because if... So there's a Tau stratagem where everything near him would do... Yeah, you could do the Tau after you get into melee with drones. They have a chance to do a mortal wound on a 3-up for each model, which ain't bad here. There's no other charges, but tie that guy up with shield drones while still keeping them within range of everything. Trying to just smack him with the shield drones.
This is a little bit interesting how Farsight's not going to utilize a heroic intervention.
No, he
Oh,
can't
because he's on
it's
the
his
wrong turn.
Yeah, it's on the wrong
I
turn.
forgot what turn we were on for a second.
No, I was having the same thought. Would be cool if he could heroically intervene.
Yep.
After we get those turn 4 scores, give you an update. We're certainly coming to a close of it here. Or turn 3 is turn 3, actually. Jeez.
All right, let's see if one
Popping a
drone.
drone. Oh.
It could happen.
No, not quite.
One drone got smashed by the servo arms.
Intervening attacks. 3 wounds.
And the Tech Marine manages to punch a drone in the face.
Punchy, punchy. All right, that is the end of turn 4, folks. We're going to get you those updated scores just as soon as we can. Give you an updated chess clock. Both of our players are at a little under 10 minutes. Oh, did I not say 3? End of turn 3. Both of our players are at a little under 10 minutes. Have a chance for quick turn 4 if they feel like it.
I mean, they are permitted to start a new turn since there's more than 5 minutes left on that clock.
Yeah. All right. Let me give you an update on Dustin's score. He got 4 for primaries. Did everything except hold more. He did get the bonus, I believe, because he's holding that backfield objective. He has maxed behind enemy lines, and he has maxed Big Game Hunter for 8, giving him a total score of 8 plus 4, meaning 12, plus 6 for a total score of 18. So
All
guys,
right.
listen to my glorious in-the-head math arithmetic there. Enjoy.
James over here was able to score 3 points this round, getting a kill 1, hold 1, and kill more. Yes, 3 points on recon, 3 points on engineers, and a single point on Butch's build. That's going to put him at a grand total of 15. Luckily, these players are making the math easy on us. 15 to 18, with Dustin having 18.
15 to
Luckily,
18.
the players are actually making it very easy on us by also having a running total on their sheet.
Yeah, but I like mine better. Head math.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit there and do the head math
I've
because
had
I don't trust
to,
my
I've
head
had to
math.
correct this score twice. I'm doing the math myself, thank you.
Coming from the guy who cannot actually take a math test without a calculator and will guaranteed fail it if I don't have a calculator, I don't care how simple the arithmetic is, I'm not going to trust my head math.
It's fair. All right, we're moving to the turn 4. The movement phase is pretty simple here. Moving to the psychic phase.
Librarian. Is that
Librarian
Rex or
fire
Librarian fire shielding themselves?
Smite.
The Psyker is
Three
smitten
mortal
with the
wounds.
Pathfinders.
3 mortal
He's
wounds on the
smitten with 3 of
Pathfinders.
them.
6 up FMP.
The Sense of Stone saves 1.
So that's 2 down. Doing a rules checkup. Terrifying. Does not get it off.
He's not scary this time. He goes ooga booga, and it's like, what are you doing?
What is happening right now? And power through knowledge also did not go off. Looking for a
Now
6
being
for
smitten.
smite and gets it.
He is smitten. He's
For
smitten
3
with
more
3
mortal
Pathfinders
wounds.
again.
Trying to get him. And it gets him. I believe that is going to be a unit kill. Unit kill in the psych phase. It was good to clear that out. I believe there's just an ethereal over there now.
Time for the shooty shooty bang bang phase.
Trying to take out that ethereal. And the assault doctrine 2 AP 0 turns. Oh!
The Ethereal saved them both.
Boxcars for the boxcars the Thunderfire Cannon made earlier. That was Dice God Vengeance right there.
Chaplain Dreadnought just in range to be able to double last cannon the Riptide.
Trying
He
to
tried
take
it
out,
before.
get that
Let's see
kill.
if he can do it. He's taking an auto hit with the last cannon. The other one has to be rolled for. It hit because he stood still.
2
They
wounds.
both wounded. He's going
5
to use the
involved,
shield.
saves 1.
The shield blocks one of the lasers. The other laser does 5 points of damage.
5 damage.
There's no sense of stone there.
So he's down
He's
to
on
2
2 left on
wounds.
the Riptide. Stormbolter on the Crisis Suits.
It should be 4 shots. All hit. Looking for the wounds. Did you use your wound reroll?
No, you didn't. You didn't need it. Salamander reroll allowing 2 Stormbolter wounds on the Crisis.
2 Stormbolter wounds.
Iridium suit saves them both.
Iridium saved. Oh!
The scouts have been crushed by the tape measure of death.
No worries. Trying to help out here.
Thunderfire Cannon is just out of range of the Riptide, so it's instead going to go point blank and unleash on the Crisis Suits.
It's gonna try 9 shots. A little more than average. Playing a fast turn here.
He's hit with everything thanks to being a salamander.
A lot of good wounds. No help from the salary roll. So 4 wounds.
Shield drones are going to intercept the Thunderfire cannon. First shield drone is dead. Next shield drone gets in the way and dies.
And that's, I think, every shield drone.
There's a single shield drone still left.
1 drone. Oh, a friendly photographer is getting our lost eye.
The crack missile wasn't able to do anything. The sniper rifles, a hit.
Sally reroll. Nothing.
He didn't get a headshot, nor did he get any kind of wound.
All right. So it's going to be the end of the last shooting phase. Yeah.
Tech Marine too far to fire his own guns. Charge the
Moving
clock
into
for
the
the
assault
Sallies.
phase. Can they do it? Can they get the blueberries? Can't charge the Navara.
The Flamer has to be rolled for here.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shots. Oh, 11 hits.
Yep, because it's a super plasma flamer of Ultra Doom.
The Super Plasma Flamer of Ultra Doom, sponsored by Dhaka Industries. Looking for 3s to wounds.
That's 9 wounds. Minus 3s. This is gonna be painful.
Yep.
That
And that's
that
the dead
dude
guy
is
and a unit kill for the Tau.
he is a flaming plasma bubble now.
Any other assaults?
Hector Rec is charging over the wall.
Roar!
He's bursting through. I'm a regular human in Terminator armor. Fear me. A CP is being used to reroll the 2.
Need it to be a 4.
Looking for a 4+. Not quite.
Not quite. All right. Is that
The
the end
wall
of your
has
turn,
defeated
James?
Hector Rex.
James ended his turn. And no heroic intervention from Farsight. All right, moving into the bottom of turn 4. This is going to be our last player turn for Game 4, folks. For those of you joining us, this is Game 4 on the second day of CAGBash, a Megs event sponsored by Cincycon in
Did you guys
Cincinnati,
resolve
Ohio.
the fight of the Tech Marine trying to kill that drone?
Yeah, that's an important point. So I think
Oh, going back.
All right, we're resolving the Tech Marine fighting the single shield drone. Seeing if he can catch
Hits with
the
a salary
frisbee.
roll. Wounds. Three punches.
Can he catch the frisbee?
2, 2,
Send
0.
wounds.
That's good.
Oh,
No, that's
oh.
a drone. Oh no!
Oh, no!
I was wrong.
He caught the frisbee and then it bounced off and it was like, stop that.
Man. Farsight trying to be born for glory. Getting the last point of recon as well. Now we're moving into the top of, or the bottom of turn 4, excuse me. Got about a 5-minute turn here. This one should be pretty quick. Need just a few unit kills, maybe grab some objectives, Engineer's been maxed. Should be pretty straightforward with all the DACA remaining. Just twitching some things around. Farsight moving through. Just finishing up the game.
The shield drone has ran away from the Tech Marine that was able to catch it earlier.
Your shots into the unit over here. You're gonna overcharge these as soon as we roll in one.
Trying to kill that unit of engineers. Decided it's easier than that pesky double 6 Thunderfire cannon.
All right, good from the Cincycon blasters. That's 9 wounds from the Cincycon blasters.
That's a
And
unit kill.
The engineers are gone.
Try to take him out and double tap him. 2s we roll in ones. Got them both. 8 to his 6. There's 3s here. Got 2 of them at -2 or -4.
2 wounds at -4, and that's into the Thunderfire cannon, I believe.
Do they kill the Thunderfire now? Thunderfire cannon has been slain. Not able to make it saves.
Now I think the Salamanders are basically actually down to characters only.
There's some scouts.
What scouts? Yeah.
All right, 4 crisis suits firing everything into the scouts to try and make them go away. Fusion blasters. And the scouts are just slowly, casually being snuck off the board.
Scouts 10, that's another unit kill. I think we're up to 3 now. Should land kill more.
Go ahead and give you a dice roll just for dramatic effect.
It was.
That's a really good save.
All right, Yavara trying to...
Oh, jeez. Was that? It's 14 shots. Sam ready to grab it. Going on 3 minutes here.
Can the Yara make plasma flamey death?
You got 11 at -3.
Yeah.
Character just going ahead and just being dead.
That's another unit kill. Doesn't really matter at this point.
Big cannon at Hector Rex.
2 hits. 2s to wounds. So Hector will survive.
He has a shield. He saves it. Bounced it off with his giant shield that is also an eye.
Yeah. Trying to kill Hector with a heavy burst cannon.
That's many much woundage. That's 8 wounds against Rex. He has a shield. He's taking 6 wounds, which will kill him.
And that's going to be Hector. Inquisitor down. All right, it's okay to Exterminatus now. Go ahead.
As soon as his heart stops, it brings down Exterminatus.
Farsight charged in, trying to kill a character.
Using the charge to get on the objective. Managed 3
Going to
hits
the
with
fight
Farsight
phase.
here. What can this totally not Necron Satan phase sword do to him?
And that's kill a character, which I believe is another secondary.
There's Tech Marine Gunner killed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Game 4. We will get you that final score just as soon as we have it here, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We had an awful lot of fun with this game. We appreciate you being up early just like we are. We are going to have to grab some quick food, and we'll be back with you for turn 5
an hour
at
too early.
12:30, I believe, is our next game. 12:15 is when we'll be starting up for Game 5. Going to be a quick turnaround for you. If you hear chewing noises, that will be us. We are. Who is top table? Okay. We will be doing top table for this event.
This
We're not
event
quite
is still
sure.
running an hour too soon.
We're still not quite sure who top table will be. Tau very well played here. I mean, they didn't have much board control, but they had the board control they needed. I can see how the Salamanders list would have been. I mean, if there were a ton of objectives out here, they would have just been raking in the early game points.
They traded the board control to be dead killing.
They were dead killing. There is no questioning that. Those crisis suits, those overloaded crisis suits, are doing work. I think that's sort of the current genius of those Tau shield drones. You can afford to put that many points into a unit because you have a really good way of keeping it alive into later turns. And that was our good game of handshake. Goodness, talking about how close it was, missed a pile-in opportunity. Shia would have prevented from shooting. So our final score, Dustin scored 5 primaries and maxed everything except he was missing 1 point on Born for Glory, giving him a total of 26. Very strong game for Dustin.
And James over here managed to get a hold 1 for a total of 1 point. Has maxed out his Recon Engineers and only 1 for the Butcher's Bill, giving him 18 points.
Nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Tau victory at 26-18. Justin to James. We're going to give them their score sheet back here so they can turn it in. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate your support and attention. We're going to go grab some lunch, and we will be right back with you in about 15 minutes. All right.